Okay, so your question, I'm gonna have a hard time repeating this one. It's about marriage. This question is about marriage and how can young people prepare themselves for married life, right? I'll just speak to the men today. I won't speak to the women about that. How can you guys prepare yourselves? Our parents were supposed to prepare us for what it means to be, your father is supposed to prepare you for what it means to be a man, what it means to stand up on your own feet, what it means to show dignity and character, what it means to protect your family, what it means to speak to your mother with respect, to treat your daughters and your sisters a certain way, to be a protector of a household. You're supposed to pick these things up not from a course or a seminar. You're supposed to pick these things up because you're watching your dad live his life. And you pick that integrity up from him. So, you as a father are supposed to inculcate these values into your child just by the way you carry yourself and what you expect of your son. The other thing that's supposed to happen is our young men are supposed to not ride off of the income of their parents. They're supposed to become financially independent as early as possible. I even say high school. Get a job. Go work. Go work through college. And you know what's happened now because of, immigrant society. We came from hard economies. Many people came to America, Australia, England, wherever. They settled. Now they have a better life, right? Because they drove the taxis. They worked in the grocery stores. They did all that stuff, worked in warehouses. And now they saved up and they put their kids through college. And their kids don't have any respect for the kind of hard work their parents did. And in fact, their kids don't even know what hard work means. So they're 3 years in college. I don't know what my major is. I was thinking political science, but computer science or science. What is science really? You were a man, Sharia-wise, you were a man when you hit puberty and you're acting like a giant baby when you're 25 years old. And so how are you ready for marriage? How is that being ready for marriage? So being in the real world, developing a work ethic, actually appreciating the value of supporting a family, that should be happening well before you get married, so you're ready for it. You have a sense of maturity in you for it. You don't have short temper. You don't lose your ego doesn't get inflamed every 3 seconds because you know what it means. You know what it means to get yelled at by your boss because you came late, and you take it like a man. And you know what it means to have to make a budget. You know these things. You don't just, you got a good grade in school and your dad bought you a BMW and then they're paying for your college tuition and you're going out on mama's credit card. And how are you a man? Other than physically being the size of a man, you're the same as when you were 4 years old with an iPad sitting on the potty training and there's just a man version of a baby. So you man up. I would tell the guys, man up. If you really want to get married, then you learn to take responsibility. Now, there's the psychological component, the emotional, intelligence component, these other components that come with being a responsible husband. Some of your dads are, great husbands to your moms, but they didn't take courses on how to be a good husband. They were just raised right. They were raised and they learned these values, right? They learned certain mannerisms. So pick those up. And if you don't have them, at least recognize in yourself that I don't have them. I need to get them. And when you develop that, then inshallah you're ready for a family. You're ready to take care of a family. As far as, it's a loaded question, right? Being prepared for marriage and what marriage entails. And Allah has lots of guidance on it and in terms of the goals and purpose of marriage. In fact, it's interesting you brought this up. The Quran didn't really talk about how to have a successful marriage. Not really. There's no, this is a surah about good marriage. You know why? Just, I would say the same reason the Quran doesn't have any surahs on how to do an oil change. Or any surahs on how to change a diaper. Or how to calm down a baby. You know why? Some things Allah created the human beings smart enough to figure out themselves. You understand? They didn't have to be revealed. So what did Allah do? In Surah Al-Rum, He just dropped one ayah about the entire philosophy of Quranic wisdom on marriage. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Done. one ayah about marriage and its goals, one place, some subtle hints in the ayat of Ramadan, and you know what? It has enough wisdom for you to know all the things you wouldn't have known in psychology, or you wouldn't have learned in social life. You will learn in that one ayah. That ayah's purpose is not just to go on your shadi card or to get recited at your walima ceremony. That ayah is worthy of pondering because it has the Quran's prescription for what it means to be married. So my intention, inshallah, over the next couple of months is to write a small booklet on what we can learn from that ayah. Because if Allah only talked about it this one time in a comprehensive way, it must have a lot to offer, right? So I wanted to do something like that so that inshallah ta'ala it can be of benefit from at least from the Quranic perspective. Thanks for your question.
Sheikh Ibrahim, final question.
This is fine. I
So
promise.
many are asking, there's got the sense that this is going to be around for a couple of days. So what would you read the next few days?
Okay, so I am in the Muslim Center in Flushing, New York tomorrow night, inshallah. And I am in Masjid, I believe it's called Masjid al-Rahman in Richmond Hills in New York on Friday. I'm giving khutbah there, and the same dars continued. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be in Masjid Darul Quran in Bayshore in Long Island, inshallah. And finally, I'm probably going to end up in Masjid Taqwa with Imam Siraj wa Hajj on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'm out of here, inshallah. Inshallah. Yeah, inshallah. Next time I come back, I'll be sure to make a stop here. Really, thank you all for your wonderful hospitality and some great conversations. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Jazakallah khair, Ustad. Again, for everybody here, please make dua.